This is the ending of the Dragon Ball Super manga granola arc. Not only is it the ending to this arc, but it is the last time we're going to be seeing anything from the Dragon Ball Super manga for months. First, they were thinking it was going to be a 1 month to 2 month hiatus, maybe October, November. Now it seems like the Dragon Ball Super manga may be coming back in December, but I mean, Toyotaro hasn't really had a break in probably close to 10 years. So I'm glad he is taking some time and we get a little bit of time to not only reflect on this last manga chapter, but also have our theories and our discussions about how this one ended. So we all know the spoilers. Let's go ahead and jump into the actual manga chapter. I can give you guys my thoughts on it and tell you whether this is gas or pass. So the beginning of the chapter is basically what we've been seeing in the leaks the entire time. It is Goku and Vegeta with Granola, and Goku and Vegeta are talking about how they are not strong enough at this point and they're disappointed in themselves, which they should be, as to why they couldn't be strong enough to face off against not only Granola the first time, but Gas. And then Granola basically passes out from using up a lot of his lifespan for that final attack. Monaito gets the ability to heal everybody all the way up to 100, and then we have Elect trying to leave. But once Monaito gets shot, we get this cool shot of him flying off this little cliff, and I think it looks really interesting. Honestly, I like it a lot. It shows how fast and how strong this blast actually was, that everybody's still looking behind them as Monaito's flying forward. We actually get our first HD image of what Gas looks like after not only giving up a lot of his lifespan, but also getting destroyed by that Granola attack, and he is gruesome looking. He looks like the Crypt Keeper, he looks like Skeletor, and I like the attention to detail when it comes to his now withered design. He looks very much like a zombie, and it doesn't seem like something you would see in Dragon Ball Super's manga. This is something really cool that Toyotaro has been doing, is that he's adding new elements to the actual Dragon Ball Super manga that we haven't seen before, and that is like ancient looking characters. First we got Moro, now we got Gas, but then we get Goku and Vegeta attacking Gas before even Granola attacks him, because Granola goes straight for Monaito, but Goku and Vegeta go into their ultra forms to attack Gas, but then they get bodied by not only telekinesis but a kick coming from Gas. To be honest, I'm really disappointed in what this manga arc has done to Goku and Vegeta. It has really muddied up their transformations where they almost feel like non-transformations. I mean, Goku's supposed to be able to dodge everything, and yet he cannot dodge everything. And Vegeta's supposed to be able to get stronger as he takes damage, but if he takes too much damage, he passes out. And so with their ultra forms attacking a withered Gas, it's still not enough to even break through any of his abilities or defenses. It's really, really annoying, honestly, and it just shows that Goku and Vegeta are not top tier anymore. They need to find themselves, and quick. So this is something cool that I wouldn't mind seeing for a Gas character, say in a video game or something like that. There's a lot of moves that Gas has that are really cool. This one, to me, I think if he goes into this withered state, say as like a transformation of some kind, I think it's really interesting because he basically attacks Goku and Vegeta with a ki blast, and this thing is ginormous, but it's essentially just a ruse because he dives himself into the ki blast to cover himself, and then he kicks both of them right in the face to knock them back, even though the ki blast is tearing away his flesh. Like, he actually gets damage from his own attack, which is something that we have not seen in Dragon Ball in quite some time. So I think I like this as a finisher for his decrepit state, but it just shows how much he doesn't care about what happens to him as long as he takes down Goku and Vegeta. And again, this is a humiliating fight for Goku and Vegeta, who are now fully healed, so they should have no problem being able to take down someone like Gas, who has been withered like this. But it seems like no matter how withered Gas is in this transformation, he still retains all his powers, but just a weakened state, a weakened form. But next we get the coolest quote from Vegeta, something that really resonates with me when it comes to how these characters are always trying to get stronger, and it should resonate with Vegeta and Goku as well. He says, "It's like a curse to be the universe's strongest," because Gas basically gets kicked in the arm. The arm's literally about to fall off, and then he uses that arm to attack Goku anyway, and so he doesn't really care what happens to his body as long as he is the strongest. So it almost is acting like a curse. And so I really like this quote from Vegeta because he's realizing that maybe becoming the world's strongest at this cost cost is too high a cost, and I like that a lot. Next we get the scene that, you know, should probably put Alec in jail, at least Dragon Ball fan jail. He slaps the shit out of Maki because Maki cares about Gas and wants to retreat, and she's getting upset because Alec doesn't really care about Gas or what happens to him or what happens to anybody besides himself. Alec has basically lost himself in his plan, and he smacks the shit out of Maki. So whatever happens to Alec after this, I don't give a shit. But this is where Alec spills the beans. Alec basically says to everybody out loud that the wish comes at the cost of your life. So you're basically dying, which is something that seemingly Gas hasn't noticed with the way that his body has been acting. I have no idea. Maybe he thinks he can rejuvenate or recover at some level. Maybe he thinks he'll always be the world's strongest. Maybe he thinks that maybe Monaito or somebody along those lines can heal him. But no, he is absolutely dying, and he looks at himself in the mirror and then starts realizing that basically his brother screwed him over big time. This is where the manga turns up from what I would call maybe around a 3 to a freaking 8 or 9. And it's weird because I am so Frieza fatigued, but it's because I feel like they have not been writing Frieza the way that I would like him to be written, or the way that I remember him as a child. He hasn't been written the way that I wanted him as a child since, I don't know, since he came back and fought Trunks. He has not been written this way. But when he drops, he comes all business. Every single panel that he is in, he is obviously the most menacing character in this manga. He is the most menacing character in this chapter and arc, and you can even see it from Goku and other characters that are just astonished to see Frieza here. They're not astonished to see Frieza here because it's just Frieza. They are astonished to see Frieza because they can feel something's different from him. He has a certain confidence about him. Frieza has not been this confident since, I don't even know, I would say Golden Frieza maybe, but even then I would say all the way back to Namek. He has not been this confident, and Toyotaro really brings Frieza back. It's like make Frieza great again. He's brought Frieza back to his roots of how evil and conniving he is, because as soon as he drops, he is basically brought there for a certain reason, and Gas spills the beans as to what it was. It was to kill him, which originally through the leaks I didn't realize that, you know, Gas had told him. I thought that Frieza just figured it out, but Gas literally yells it out loud that he's going to kill Frieza, and he attacks Frieza, who is forced. Frieza is not in his final form when he does this. He is forced to transform into his new form. You can see it down here, all shadowy and dark. This is his new form, and in the next panel, if you really zoom in, it's his new transformation. He uses his new transformation. He uses that to kill Gas. Now, whether he kills Gas because this is the final blow and now the wish/curse is over and he decomposes, is up in the air, because it seems that could be it. It also seems that maybe whatever energy, necro energy, like why is he black? Maybe like he is death himself, maybe something with his new abilities or whatever. Something around Frieza decomposed Gas, or did Gas run out of time? That blow was enough to basically end his life and fasten his death. That could be it as well, but this whole thing is the most gruesome scene that I've seen in Dragon Ball since Dragon Ball Z, and it is very much appreciated. It's sad though, because it comes at the end of a very lackluster arc for me, but it hypes me up for what comes next to a degree that I did not think was possible. This is really cool stuff. This is Toyotaro at his best. Elec is gone. And honestly, he's gone for good riddance, because he really didn't have, to be honest, a very thought through plan. He didn't have a solid plan, in my opinion. His plan was all circumstantial, and Goku and Vegeta, their presence should have altered the plan to a huge degree, because he basically was making it up after he found out about the Dragon Balls and Goku and Vegeta were already on the planet. So Elec is gone, and he's never to be heard from again, and I thought he died in a very cool scene. And that's when we get Vegeta and Goku asking, how'd you kill Gas? And Frieza tells him that he was in the Room of Spirit and Time. If you guys don't remember, Beerus had a Room of Spirit and Time on a planet where he took Goku to train for Ultra Instinct. It's more than likely that, unless there's several planets with Rooms of Spirit and Time, but more than likely it's this one. And basically Frieza, I mean, I don't know about conquered it, but basically just took it over or whatever and then decided to use it. But the coolest part about this is that this entire arc, the entire thing, is all about wishing for the powers to be Goku and Vegeta, or to be stronger than them, being the world's strongest, being the universe's strongest, and basically cheating. That's what Granola and Gas both did. All in the meanwhile, two characters, Goku and Vegeta, who have been training their asses off, have been able to fight alongside them or fight against them, but not really break through and become stronger because they're not training very well. Goku wasn't training the way that he's supposed to because he's trying to be something he's not, and Vegeta didn't have long enough to train to hone the skills of Ultra Ego. Frieza finally trained again and used the Room of Spirit in Time after the events of Dragon Ball Super Broly, where he got manhandled by Gogeta. He decided enough is enough, I'm going to train, and he decided to train the best way he knew how, and he trained for 10 years to get a power up and to become a new transformation, a new Frieza. And that right training, good long effort, using the environment around you, knowing how to train your body, all that culminated in him easily defeating Gas and at this point becoming the strongest in the universe. Now when he transforms, granted, Black Frieza, his new transformation, is just Golden Frieza. It looks the exact same except with different patterns of color, and instead of golden, he's black. But I like this better. This feels more Frieza. He is the true evil character of Dragon Ball. 100% always evil, always will be evil. And for him to take Golden Frieza because he's mimicking the Saiyans, to me, that's like basically he's putting the Saiyans on a higher tier while always talking shit about them. In this point, in this level, he's gone past that point, not wanting to be golden anymore, and instead he felt the need to reflect his outer self as to what his inner self is, a black pit of evil and despair. And he takes Goku and Vegeta out single-handedly with one punch. And when he attacks them, they instinctively transform into their ultimate forms because they are not playing around with this man. They realize that Frieza is on a completely different level and they had to save their lives. So they stayed in these base forms while getting hit by Frieza. It could be a huge possibility that Frieza could have killed them right there and then, and that would have been the end of Goku and Vegeta. So they needed to transform to make their bodies strong enough to withhold and withstand that punch. It's just great story writing. I love it. Frieza leaving them to basically suffer there and lay there defeated is better, honestly. I think that it's better than Frieza trying to take them out. It makes more sense to Frieza and Goku and Vegeta's relationship, and the fact that, you know, they did fight together to save the universe, and the fact that Frieza basically got off scot-free after Broly. So yeah, Frieza was able to see them lay there in the puddle of their own blood and leave happy, smiling. And he even hires Maki as help, maybe as a maid, a cook, a waitress, whatever. But he bagged a baddie in Maki and he takes the dub. Not only did he come and destroy everyone on the planet, but he also took the girl home. That is a true G. This is the proudest I've been of Frieza, and I can tell you right now, my Frieza fatigue is finally gone. So the ending of this chapter to me is where it starts dropping again, because now we have Whis, the reset button, the walking reset button. He comes and brings back my least favorite character in this arc, and it's already overblown, dude. Like, I'm so tired of Whis doing this. I'm so tired of each ending of the Dragon Ball Super manga arc not having any real consequences for the heroes. Always the villains die. Two villains just got murked, and Maki and Oil, I mean, things have changed, and Frieza has changed the dynamic of the universe 100%. But what I'm saying is that leaving Monaito die, or letting Monaito die, or remain dead, that would have been such a better ending, because it would have shown that there is actual some gravity to the situation, to what's going on with this fight. It almost feels like this is a reset button, like the Tournament of Power ending, or Miras basically surviving the erasure. It's just very, very disappointing, and I cannot withhold that. I cannot hold that back. I do not like it. I did not like this ending. But there is something interesting here with Granola. He's going to go look for the Dragon Balls to restore the planet and maybe bring back his race, which would make sense for him since that's his whole thing. Bring back his mom, which would be cool. And he has the Dragon Radar, so maybe he'll go around the universe looking for other Dragon Balls since Monaito's going to steal this one. And then maybe we'll see him maybe survive his short lifespan that he has left, the few years that he has left. It's not mentioned here, and I feel like it should have been, but maybe we'll see that. Now, we do have the Oracle Fish saying that the strongest warrior has emerged, and it wasn't Frieza, because obviously Whis is saying it's not. It wasn't Granola, and it wasn't Gas. I'm thinking that the next arc when we come back is going to be all about Oob. I think Oob is the pivotal point. I think Oob is going to be the world's strongest, and I think Oob is going to be the one to face off against Frieza. I think after some training, maybe in the hyperbolic time chamber, the room of spirit and time, or other forms of training with Oob, I think he will become the world's strongest. I think it's all going to be about Oob, because we already got a lot of legacy characters from Dragon Ball Z coming back. We got Broly, Frieza, we had Cell just recently in the movie. I think that having Oob, whose connection is the Majins, I think that would be really cool, and delving deeper into the Majin lore, that would be pretty awesome to have as a future arc. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What do you guys think about this? If I really had to rate this, I would probably get this a 6 out of 10 because of the reset button at the end and just my disappointment with Goku and Vegeta, honestly. But Frieza really brings it above average, honestly. So I think that Frieza's introduction and how this leaves off is pretty decent. It would have been a 7 if Monaito had been dead. If Monaito had stayed dead, it would have been a 7, but I give it a 6. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below.
Subscribe for more content.